Geez, legend, Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Just knocked off work for the morning and it's time to do a couple of beer reviews. There might not be many people around, but let's just go with it anyway. I'm thirsty. So, first up, we've got by Future Brewing. It's a double dry hopped hazy IPA. It's called Favourite Child and it's at 7.5%. Let's get it. I've got my Posh Glassware by Denver and Liley. Always good for these style beers. Let's go in, shall we? And this one's been sitting in the fridge for a couple of weeks. Should be drinking very good at this stage because, yeah, it's not very old. I think when I bought it, it was only like a week or two old. So, yeah, pours a bright orange. Looks very vibrant. About a 2-finger head. I'd say cloudy. It's not full on haze. Carbonation's pretty light. Body looks pretty full. I'd say medium to full. But yeah, looks pretty awesome in the glass, let's be honest. Let's go a whiff, shall we? I'm getting some white grape. Maybe some passion fruit. Maybe some orange as well. I reckon there's a bit of berry there also. It's sort of like maybe a mixed berry. I sort of get like a little bit of white or green berry, but then like maybe some blueberry as well. It smells pretty good. Maybe a touch grassy. Might be a little bit of grapefruit. Definitely smells juicy though. Quite complex. It's just sometimes when you smell a beer, you just know it's going to be good, and that's what I'm getting from this. So yeah, first beer for the day. I've got so many awesome beers to get through in the fridge, so it's like I've got to pump out some reviews. Yeah, I'm not really getting any pine or I don't think I'm getting any stone fruit. Anyway, I'm going in. I feel like it's going to be a smooth and creamy number, this one. So cheers. Very lush mouthfeel. Exactly how I expected it to be. It's like quite full bodied, smooth and creamy. There's actually a fair bit of grapefruit on the palate. I didn't get that on the nose. Yeah. And the percentage on this one, 7.5. Yeah, definitely grapefruit. A little bit of white grape. Yeah, maybe some pineapple as well as passion fruit. Future have been killing it. So yeah, I had a stout from them not long ago that was really, really nice. That was the coconut and vanilla one. And then before that, they've done a heap of collabs with like some really hype breweries. Only a relatively new brewery. I think they might be maybe a husband and wife team. I'm not sure, but yeah, they've got really good contacts. Actually, it might be two dudes, like two mates working together. There's another one with Future in the name that, sometimes I get them mixed up. One's from New South Wales, like these guys are from Sydney, New South Wales, and I think the other one might be from Brisbane in Queensland. Cheers, Tater. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, it's funny how I didn't get grapefruit on the nose, but yeah, on the palate, it's what the main thing. So yeah, I scheduled another IPA in for about 20 minutes after this one, and that's by Rocky Ridge, and they're out of WA. So yeah, two breweries that are like on the rise. Rocky Ridge have been around for a bit longer, but they're definitely getting some hype about them now. And they've just opened a brewery in Melbourne. And Future, yeah, they're still pretty small, but yeah, as I said, they've got a lot of contacts. They're doing collabs with some hype breweries. Their distribution seems to be everywhere at the moment. So yeah, both doing well. And yeah, I picked up quite a few Oktoberfest beers, as in Australian takes on them. So a couple of the good lager breweries in Australia have done some different Oktoberfest style beers. So that'll be good for the channel, just something different. White Bay out of Sydney, they're really good with lagers. They did 3 different German-inspired beers, so I'll probably do all 3 of them together. I think there was like a Hallisbock, a wheat beer, and yeah, fest beer. So most of them are doing fest beers, but then you see some other styles as well. Some Mertzens, some like Box. There was another one that just had a straight German Pilsner. I was like, it sounded pretty good. But yeah, I'm all for different styles. Certainly not one of those people that just drinks the same old thing all the time. The funny thing with this beer is Range, who are another hype brewery here in Australia. They had a beer with the exact same name. So yeah, whether Future were aware of that when they brewed this. Same style too, I think. I definitely remember Range having a favourite child, Hazy IPA. Mm. Yeah, it's like nearly 4 o'clock in the afternoon here, so it was always going to be quiet, but it's just a good time for me to have a beer. And I was like, I don't really care. I'm just going live regardless. So, yeah, obviously, if US people would have just gone to bed, I mean, there might be some West Coasters still floating about, but the UK peeps would be like, yeah, it's nearly time for them to wake up. That's if they get up early. So yeah, I'm morning shift this week. I'll probably go back to doing my reviews later at night, just so it suits the audience a bit more. But today was just one of those days. I had to get up at 3:30 a.m. I got barely any sleep. I had a pretty tough day at work. It was like, if I'm going to have a beer, I'm going to have one straight after work and then probably call it early. Get a good night's sleep. But yeah. So I'll pour a bit more of this into the glass, but I've got to take a photo. And yeah, the beer I'm reviewing next has a pretty cool like name and like can artwork. There'll be some people out there that'll get the reference. He's one of my favourite actors, so I was onto it sort of straight away. So yeah, anyone out there, as far as like up and coming breweries in your country, and like yeah, that have a bit of hype about them, like who would you say is who's someone in your like in your opinion that's something new but has a heap of hype and you see them doing really well? Chuck it in the comments. Be good to see what people say, especially in like USA and the UK. Because yeah, in Australia we've got a couple that are sort of on the go. But yeah, the craft scene obviously in the USA is so insane, like because there's so many states and so many microbreweries. It's unfortunate when you see them closing down. And in Australia, it feels like just as many are opening up as what ones that are closing down. So yeah, it's at least some of them are starting out. Like it's not all doom and gloom. But yeah, quite tasty this one. I definitely get grapefruit and orange. I get yeah, like white grape. It's definitely got like a Sauv Blanc characteristic. Like it's definitely got Nelson in it. And yeah, it's slightly grassy. As I said, it's got like a sort of like a mixed berry thing going on and a little bit floral. Yeah, maybe pineapple, passion fruit. Mm. Good combination having that one solid US hop and the one solid Kiwi hop. You'll get a lot of beers that feature either Mosaic or Citra, and then they'll have like Nelson or Motueka or one of those types. Yeah, future, definitely doing all the right things. I feel like they just need to mix up their styles a little more. Because, yeah, I think so far they've probably brewed maybe 20 to 30 beers. And I think I've had like 90% of them. But yeah, I reckon probably 85% of them have been hazy. And if it's not a hazy IPA, it's like a hazy pale. I think there's a lot of people out there screaming for bitter beers now, especially in Australia. And even like, yeah, like stouts that are just classic stouts, not heavily adjuncted. I just love how people go full circle with their craft beer journey. Like, once I started getting over hazies and over like pastry stouts and like heavily fruited sours and that, it was amazing how many other people sort of felt the same. And we all probably it's probably because so many of us got into craft beer around the same time. So we've got into all these different styles as it's progressed, and then you sort of start to get sick of them because you've been into it for so long. But yeah, all the newcomers to the game, they'll get onto a hazy and just think it's the greatest thing ever, but they've hardly tried any other style. But yeah, I'm rambling on, and there's hardly anyone around. So yeah, I better give this one a score. I'd probably say it feels like it drinks lighter than what it is. It's 7.5. It feels like it drinks like it's only sort of in the sixes. Um, yeah, I love that. Like, it's got a bit of body to it. The more I drink it, I'd say medium body, but it's like smooth and creamy. I like the flavour to it. I'd probably say, I'm going to say a 4.4 out of 5. It's good. I've had better beers from them, but it's like, as far as they go, it's probably like mid-range for them. It's about what I expect, sort of thing. If I was to compare them to like a US brewery, just on like their, I don't know, sort of their style, I'd probably say like maybe like Weldworks or someone like that. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's only like the start of the afternoon for me, dude. Um, yeah, I got home from work about 3 p.m. today, and it's just hit 4 p.m. So yeah, this is my first beer. I've got another one I'm going to review in about 10 minutes' time. So yeah, glad I'm making you feel thirsty. But yeah, the other ones are like an IPA as well, but it's a double, so a little bit stronger. Hazy double IPA at 8.5, whereas this is 7.5. A bigger can too. So yeah, I'll be back with that one. No, thanks for chiming in, dude. She's pretty slow and quiet tonight, but yeah, I expected it just with the time. But it'll be the sort of thing like when I've been on mornings. Quite often I'll wait and won't have a beer. I'll just have a beer I don't want to review, but I'll have it later in the night because I know that there'll be like heaps more people around. But yeah, the old time difference. What can you do? Thankfully, quite a few people watch them back, so that's all that matters. I do prefer the interaction though. Like, it's good, yeah, when you're just having a beer and giving banter to people in the chat and people asking questions and me asking questions. That's what it's about for me. That's why I go live all the time. But yeah, so favourite child by Future Brewing out of Sydney. Double dry hopped hazy India Pale, 7.5%. I said, yeah, 4.4 out of 5. And yeah, if you can get anything by Future, I don't think anyone outside of Australia can at the moment, but you might be able to at some stage. Maybe in Asia for like, I know that there's some good breweries from Australia and Asia at the moment. So who knows? But yeah, get around them. And thanks for chiming in, especially you, Tater, for hanging around. Thanks, dude. So yeah, we'll see us on the next one, which will be very shortly. Cheers.